Let's look ahead to the Ravens game Saturday night, the pivotal third game of the preseason. Starters get the most reps. What are you looking for there, Mike?
I think you play your offense a full half, unless somebody's hurt or they're nursing a pull or a bruise, and I think you need to see a couple drives where, not that they have to go straight down the field on them, but a couple sustained drives where you start to get the sense that this offense is not going to be undone by a decent defense, and that they in a score and score more NFL where officials are now essentially calling penalties that are going to, I think, increase scores the first few weeks until people get used to playing defense like this. I really feel like that offense needs to move.
Brandon, what are you looking for Game 3?
My focus, even though the defense has looked good, I still want to see what the secondary can do against probably be the best receivers they've faced with Steve Smith and Torrey Smith. So what, that pretty much, like you said, when they allowed 30 points last year, a lot of that was through the air, just guys making mental mistakes. So now that you have the leadership with Clark and Merriweather, and then Thomas and Rambo are starting to look pretty good. Again, now they'll be challenged for the first time. What would they look like on that stage?
And the fourth-round pick, Rashad Breeland, made some plays last night, and we'll see how he could fit into the equation in the secondary. Neil, what about you in the Ravens game?
Looking to see how the running game does. I mean, Robert Griffin III was going down the field. Alfred Morris has a fumble. They're at the goal line. Alfred Morris can't get it in there. I mean, this is going to be an offense that is going to incorporate the running backs into the passing game. I think Alfred Morris needs to show that he can be a part of that, and I don't think he did last night, and neither did Roy Halou. I mean, Halou, who I think would be a good fit for Jay Gruden's passing style offense coming out of the backfield, hasn't really shown an ability to kind of take those snaps away from Morris. So I'm looking to see how that comes together and see how much better they can do against. Baltimore's defense is better than Cleveland, so I'm curious to see how the running game does against.
You mentioned the running back situation, and that brings up sort of if you're looking at a specific position and battles for depth chart sort of stuff. I think a lot of the positions on offense, at least starting wise, are pretty set. But backups to the running back is one of those positions. You look at Royster, you look at Halou. Who's going to get that second and third running back position? C. Strunk even. Yeah. Silas Red. Great. Yeah. So I mean, what's going to are there other positions on both sides of the ball that you guys are specifically looking at?
I mean, I'm looking to see what happens with Santana Moss. I mean, I'm really curious to see where he fits in the wide receiver core. I mean, this wide receiver core is as deep as we've ever seen in quite a long time. So I'm curious to see where he shakes out.
He's got to make the team.
You're not going to cut Tana.
They're not going to. I don't think so.
You can't cut Tana.
We'll see. I mean, where are you going to put him? How many snaps are you going to give him? Where do you
put him in community relations? It's Tana.
Ambassador
got
of
2 touchdowns against the Cowboys at Texas Stadium in the final
I get it.
You're not going to cut Santana Moss.
I am not going to, but I can see it happening. I mean, that's just pretty easy.
Any other positions quickly?
Incorporate him as the question, because Ryan Grant, I really like him as a receiver. He's continued to, touchdown. He's
make him your backup return guy.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. He's got the punt return.
He can catch.